Hey, it's Matt with Mind Prepper. I'm trying to build this channel. I'm trying to gain a community of people that think alike and want to be informed, want to be aware, and want to gain knowledge. I got a lot of content you don't want to miss. Like I said, I got a lot of content. I'm gonna be laying out. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of good information, and I have a lot. I'll put a link up here of the videos I got. And hey, hit that subscribe button. Join the community and show your support. Love you all. Hey, what's up? It's Matt. Hey, today I'm back. I got a topic I want to talk about. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about this right now. It's about your job. Are you still employed right now? Are you an essential employee? Or are you a non-essential employee that has been laid off? Are you collecting unemployment? Have you been able to get that yet? These stimulus checks, we're waiting on these. Has anyone got these yet? I want to talk a little bit about what's gonna happen in the coming future and why I feel it's so important. So before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below, much appreciated. Hit that like, hit that share button. People need to hear this, hear what's really going on. And so let's get started. So let's start. How many people are unemployed right now? How many people have tried to file for unemployment and still haven't gotten none back? Let's talk about how this is going to impact people's lives. People rely on these jobs to pay for rent. Most of all, you gotta have a roof over your head, food, car payments. Most people have some sort of loans, school loans, some sort of debt that they're paying off. Now what happens when you now cannot work and you don't have that same income, and you are trying to get by, and you are trying to figure out how to pay your bills, and you're listening to what they're saying that you're gonna get this money, and it could be anywhere from 4 weeks, 10 weeks, it could take even longer. And then with unemployment, there has been a surge in unemployment. Over 6 million people in 1 week filed for unemployment. That is a lot of people filing for unemployment. That is a lot of people that can't pay their rent, that can't pay their car loans, that can't pay, all these bills that they have to pay every single month. And now they are stressed on top of everything else that's going on, this virus that's going around. So now not only do we got to deal with our health, but we got to deal with trying to figure out how to pay these bills when we're not really seeming to get any help. It's not coming that quick. They say, yeah, I'll be in your hands within weeks, but they're saying it could be 10 weeks, and now they got all these things you got to do, and a lot of people aren't tech savvy. Older people or certain people don't have access to these things to be able to get these checks. So people are going to fall under, and it's going to be so hard to get back out once they have fell under. Once they've missed a couple payments, a couple car payments, if they can't pay rent for a month, if they're still not working in the next month, what are they going to do? They get that eviction notice. What do you do? They say that they're going to send out this stimulus package, but this is only going to be once or twice that they're going to send this money out to you. And you have to be eligible in so many ways, and there's so many things that can disqualify you. If you have child support that you have to pay back child, they can take it for that. If you have debt, they can take that money. So, and it's not just money that they're giving you, it's a loan. It's essentially a loan that you're going to pay back in time. So it's not just free money that they're giving you. And a lot of people are, yeah, they're giving us money to help us. You're paying that back, just so you know. Just like that school debt, just like that car loan, it's the same thing. It's just they're gonna tax you next year and the following years. So we'll get on to the next part I want to talk about, but I really wanted to just show the implications that can happen from people just getting a month or two behind, and how people can lose at everything, and the middle class is being demolished right before our eyes. So right now you're probably thinking, once all this is over with, things are just gonna go back to normal, and I don't foresee that happening. I foresee a lot of smaller businesses falling. If this keeps up for another couple months, a lot of the smaller businesses are gonna go under. So they're saying they're helping out with these stimulus packages for the small businesses, but they're putting in stipulations like they can't fire their employees during this time. So if they need to cut down on employees to save their business, they cannot get that stimulus package. Now there's all these little things in this stimulus package that's gonna have an effect and that people don't see, and it's gonna come out into play, and a lot of these small businesses are gonna fall. So if you work for a small business, a mom and pop shop, small restaurants, things like that, most of those will not be here afterwards. The big businesses, Walmart, Quick Trips, McDonald's, places like that, Burger King, Jack in the Box, all these places are gonna stay afloat because they can weather this storm. They can weather a longer storm than these smaller companies. And this is where it's really gonna hit hard, is when people think things are gonna go back to normal and be able to get their jobs back, and we're gonna see hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs that are not gonna be there when we come out of this fog that we're in, and that's the scary implications. The big businesses can stay afloat through this. They can weather this, but the smaller businesses can't. Most smaller businesses don't have $15,000 just to have to manage for the next couple months. They need this money, and if they don't have that itself, it just shows how weak the economy was in the first place before this started. And now this is kind of exposing how weak this economy is, the system is, how much the tariffs and all that stuff really impacted this. But I don't want to get too much into that because that's out for a whole nother video. But I'm just trying to explain this to you, that jobs are not going to be there like they were, and for a whole lot of different reasons. So you really need to think about this, and you really need to understand what is coming, and you need to start planning for what you're going to do, because this government does not care about you as an individual. There's no one here that's going to save you. There's no one that's going to save you from what's going on. You have to do what you have to do in order to make it, and come up with a plan and have money put away, be able to be reliant on yourself and not have to rely on say government assistance, or say if we got locked down, you have to worry about having food being brought to your house. Now these are the people that have all these debts and stuff, and that aren't going to have jobs that go back to. These are the people that it's going to affect the most. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. I know I kind of rambled on a little bit, but there's a bigger picture to all this, and a lot of jobs won't be there, so you need to plan now and not wait till later and just be sitting around. You need to plan now for what you're going to do and how you're going to come out of this stronger. One more thing I want to talk about is the fact that there are some companies that thrive off of disasters, that thrive off of disasters happening like this. Like for say people in the repo market, people that are repoing houses. these people are going to be working at a rate you have never seen before. There are so many people that aren't going to be able to pay their car loans, that aren't going to be able to, that aren't going to have the money. So these repo companies are going to be out here taking cars from people that are already suffering, that are already in a hard spot trying to pay their bills. They're probably trying to figure out where to put their money, their roof, to have a roof over their head, to eat, to have a vehicle, and prioritize, because at these times you have to prioritize. If you're not financially stable enough to be able to pay for everything, you got to think these repo people that do bankrupt attorneys, those people are going to be in high demand. They're going to be repoing houses, taking your houses back, and because you can't afford the payment now because you lost your job, that had nothing to do with your fault. It wasn't your fault that this whole thing came along and destroyed our economy sector, and it's not your fault that you don't have a job anymore. So this is where it really gets ugly, and these people are gonna thrive. People are gonna thrive off of this, taking your house and reselling it in the future or whatever it is. But you gotta understand, this is what they do for a job, and they're not. This is what's gonna happen if you can't pay a couple months of rent. They're gonna come take your house. Then where are you gonna live? You're gonna be on the streets in a car. I'm just trying to show you how fast this can get very ugly when people start running. Supply chains are breaking for food, and last year we had a very bad harvest of our food. We had a early winter, so we were already in shortages, and now we're gonna see massive shortages. We're seeing massive layoffs, unemployment at record numbers we've never seen before. This is gonna create a wave that's gonna demolish so many families, and it's targeted towards the middle class, and it's gonna bring the middle class. It's just gonna create more of a division between the upper class and the lower class, and that's what's gonna happen. And I want people to be aware. I want people to be prepared. I want people to see the real outcomes that could happen. And they're not exactly, they might be hinting towards the saying, but they're not telling you that a lot of these jobs are not coming back. They're not telling you that this could last on for months, and they could start taking your houses, your car, all your debt. You got to think about this. Most people live off of credit cards and debt, and they're piled in debt. Right now is the worst time to be piled in debt. Right now is the worst time to have debt. Right now is the time to have hard, tangible assets, silver, gold, food, things that are gonna be necessity. Like I said, I just want people to be aware and to have the knowledge of what is going to be coming to America soon. And I want people to be prepared. That's why I'm making this video. You might have a job after this, you might not. But if you need to know that there is that chance that you won't have a job, you won't have somewhere to go back to. And people have house payments, car payments, mortgages, all these things, college debt that they're trying to pay off, and we're about to see the worst. I feel that this is going to be one of the worst Great Depressions we have ever seen. And it's not a pretty sight, and I see what's coming, and it just, if you can't see it, you gotta open your eyes, do the research, look into things, and understand what's really happening in the economy, how false this economy is, how the Dow and all these things are artificially inflated our money is being hyper inflated. soon it's not going to be worth much. I love you all. I want you guys to know what's coming, what's possible. I'm not saying for sure this is what's going to happen, but I want you to know this could happen. So be prepared, be aware, and have your preparations in line so you are ready for whatever comes. So hey, I love you all. I got a lot of good content coming. You don't want to miss. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button down below. Share this. People need to hear this. I'll talk to you guys later. Got more content coming soon.